Congressional District here in Nevada. I just want to say thank you to law enforcement and to all the first responders who are now fighting tirelessly to protect and save lives. I had the opportunity to stop by Sunrise Hospital earlier this morning. Saw firsthand a lot of the victims, a lot of the family members, but I also saw a lot of nurses and doctors that were working tirelessly to save lives. And today is a very sad day for Nevada. It's a very sad day for Las Vegas. But if anything good came out of this is that I saw humanity. I saw our community come together. I saw strangers helping strangers and saving lives. And so I do want to say thank you to the sheriff and to Metro Police, to firefighters, the doctors, the nurses, and everybody who is working tirelessly to save lives at this precise moment. I know we're going to get through this and our city will be stronger. Thank you so much.
I'm Clark County District Attorney Steve Wolfson, and on behalf of the Clark County DA's office, our thoughts and prayers go out to everybody associated with this event. Two of my young female prosecutors were actually at this concert close to the stage. And I've spoken to both of them this morning, and they're pretty rattled. They're pretty shaken up. This was a horrific event, to say the least. This is a classic WMD. This is a weapon and a man of mass destruction. What I'm pleased so much about is how this doesn't involve politics in the sense of Republican or Democrat. We are here. All of us are Nevadans. And I'm very proud to be present with the other leaders here because we're working together to get through this. I want to thank Sheriff Lombardo for your leadership in leading us through this terrible, terrible day. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner.
Thank you, Sheriff. I want to first off begin by thanking the Sheriff. I got down here 8 or 9 hours ago, and there weren't many of us here 8 or 9 hours ago. There was just a handful immediately after this incident. But I can tell you that our first responders, both the fire men and women of the fire department and Metro, were on their way in when this all happened. We've got first responders that are literally covered in blood. As a result of this, there's a lot of victims have not been identified as of this point, but they have stepped up. It was a sole shooter. There is no further threat that we're aware of, no immediate threat. I want to assure everyone that's listening that here's our words that Las Vegas is safe. The men and women at Mandalay Bay and MGM Resorts have been incredible in terms of communicating and working with the sheriff's office in order to assure us that everybody can, be taken care of, get back into the rooms, and that they all understand that we are safe and we are doing everything humanly possible to protect all our tourists and our citizens in Clark County. That being said, the sheriff and I have set up a GoFundMe account that some of you might have seen. We have been inundated with phone calls and emails and text messages of people asking what they can do. There's going to be a lot of family members that are going through an awful lot at this particular time. As the sheriff said, we have over 500 in our hospitals being treated, and we need to provide them with some sort of support. So we have done that, and I just can't say enough about the fine men and women that are our first responders here in Clark County, and all of the cities and jurisdictions have pulled together. And I thank them all for that. We've pledged a full resource to assist the sheriff and the FBI in any way humanly possible. It will be at a service, and we ask for your prayers. God bless you.
Go ahead, Mayor. I want to thank you all. I'm Mayor Carolyn Goodman of this great city, and absolutely mirror what Commissioner Sisolak had spoken to about the great response, rapid, thorough, of our first responders and law enforcement. I spent part of last night and was late this morning with you all because I was over at UMC in the trauma unit, and it's been a very, very difficult time for us. And as we look forward to continuing what our great city does, we offer a safe place. This is a crazed lunatic full of hate. We don't know much about his background, but it certainly is not an extension of what we believe in, what everybody who lives here and works here and those who visit here want to see. This is something that was simply outrageous, uncalled for, and so many innocent people, young people, children, parents, who've lost loved ones, and so many still suffering in the hospitals, gone through major surgery. We have some that were hit quite lightly with shrapnel as they were near the exits. It's been a hugely traumatic time for all of us and for our visitors who love country music, many of whom have come from the northern part of our states here and just really came here for a wonderful, safe time. We pride ourselves in our law enforcement. They are unequaled. They are so rapid to respond, so thorough in what they do, and our first responders have been simply phenomenal. It is a city and a community that has pulled together. Everybody is working so hard to make sure that we are taking care of the needs of the families and those who've lost loved ones. And it's just been a very, very traumatic time for everybody. The president gave a beautiful message, and he will be visiting us either sometime later today, tomorrow, or Wednesday. Great concern, and we just know that the entire community, I have so many mayors that have called, governors who have called me personally to express their support, help, and what we ask for is blood. That's the main thing right now, is that if our people want to do something and they are healthy, then please donate blood. We'll have plenty of banks available. Always call a hospital if you're unsure where to go. So thank you very much. And Madam Congresswoman, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step in front of you.
Always go before me, Mayor. It's a pleasure to follow you. Well, thank you very much. I'm Dina Titus. I represent Nevada's District 1. It includes the fabulous Las Vegas Strip, including the Mandalay Bay, where this horrendous act took place. You know, so many times I welcome people to Las Vegas and all the excitement and entertainment and fun it has to offer. Never thought I'd be standing here trying to offer solace and my office assistance to victims of something like this that would happen. All through the night, we were briefed by law enforcement. I thank you, Sheriff, and your team for all that you did, and the first responders. Mainly, we were trying to stay out of the way because you don't want to turn a personal tragedy into a political event. Today, my office will be giving blood, as the mayor said. They appreciate your thoughts and prayers, but what they need is blood. We'll be open to do anything we can to assist. But you know, I've just been hearing all these stories of heroism that occurred in the midst of this tragedy. You had off-duty police officers who shelter and who were able to identify the location of the shooter, and just random strangers. A friend of some of my staff members who lives in the district said they were running, being trampled. Somebody just opened a van door and pulled them inside for shelter and safety. That's the kind of people we have here in Las Vegas, who are willing to reach out and help one another. And so I thank all of our law enforcement. I thank the first responders, those in the hospitals where people are just in the halls, in the parking lot, trying to take care of so many. And please call on our office if there's any way we can be of assistance.
Thank you. Adam?
I'm Adam Laxalt, Nevada's Attorney General, and I want to echo what a lot of people have said today. I've been here since about 2 in the morning, and the job that Metro and our law enforcement and first responders has done is just absolutely remarkable. We've never been hit with such a tough situation in this city, and to see the poise and the pressure that they're able to perform under was truly astounding. I believe that they're always going to be able to get us out of these situations. Our law enforcement will be able to step up to the plate when we need them most, and of course, the city and our state will bounce back. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, I just want to add one more thing before we have the governor come up. I got to ask you to do something else. When you see one of these men and women wearing a badge, or members of our fire department, tell them thank you. Their selfless actions saved the lives of hundreds of people. Not a dozen people, hundreds of people. This death count would have been many hundred more were it not for the brave work of every single one of these men and women that you see wearing a badge, members of our fire department, our first responders, our police department. So please, I encourage all of you watching, next time you see one, just say thank you. Appreciate that.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Governor Brian Sandoval. I don't know if I have words to describe what we're going through and what these poor, unfortunate victims are going through. We're angry, we're grieving, confused, people are hurting. I want to thank the sheriff and all the first responders. I just had an opportunity to visit some of the patients in the hospital, and it's unimaginable what people are going through right now. You got family members who are here and don't have anyone to reach out to. But the first responders and what they've done, it's their finest hour. Their finest hour. And the way that the sheriff and the Metropolitan Police Department have handled this event is unprecedented. The paramedics who came on the scene in basically what was a war zone and treated all those men, women, and kids. The healthcare professionals at the hospitals, the doctors who came from all over the valley to do whatever they could. And now, we don't understand what's happened. And I'm sure we'll find out a little more from when Metro continues to do its investigation. I do know for everybody watching, and I want to thank the President of the United States, the other governors that have reached out to me to offer their help and assistance. We need blood. So if anybody can contribute blood, anybody in the Las Vegas area or locally who can do that. But as we move on, we'll learn more. We're going to need this help. This is obviously an unprecedented event in our nation's history, and we're going to have to learn from this. We're going to have to fight through this. We have to stop and pray for the families and for the victims. We have to rely on our faith in a time like this to get us through all of it. I couldn't be prouder of the way that Nevadans have responded to this and what they've done. Doctors and nurses and everyone else who's worked through the night to save lives. And they've told me they've saved lives that if not for their organization and their professionalism and their training. So again, Sheriff, thank you for the courage that you've shown. To the people that were at the concert, you see courage and compassion there. People helping total strangers, risking their own lives to help people. That really speaks highly to the character of America. So again, there's a lot to learn from all this. It was a cowardly, despicable act that I'm very angry about. There's not much we can do, but we can learn. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for everybody's care and concern. I said, I'm really proud to be with everybody who's here, the mayor, the congressman, the attorney general, the sheriff, the congressman, our law enforcement. This is the Nevada family at its best. So God bless all of you. And God bless, most importantly, the families, the victims, the mothers, the fathers, the sons, the daughters, the aunts, the uncles, cousins, nephews, nieces, friends, and neighbors. And for everybody who's watching, please stop for a moment and pause and say a prayer for them. Thank you.
Sheriff Lombardo, hold on a second.